What's up, and welcome to episode 5.
What are we covering today, Lewis?
In this episode, we're going to talk about some of the structural reinforcements that were necessary to still be able to move the truck. Let's jump right in.
How's it going, guys? It's Luke coming to you again from DD Audio headquarters here in Oklahoma City. I just wanted to go over the next step in our Yukon build, which is a step that some people tend to overlook when adding a 3,000-pound stereo into a motor vehicle. From a safety standpoint, that's something you don't want to do. So we went ahead and took steps and reached out to our friend Kevin over at Hellwig Products for some items that they have to help keep everybody safe, as well as keep the vehicle stable on the road. This particular setup involved helper leaf springs to help support the weight in the rear of the vehicle, as well as to help with weight transfer during cornering and maneuvering of the vehicle. Sway bars, both front and rear, to help stabilize the weight of the vehicle. A beefy front sway bar as well as all the associated bracketry. It is a direct bolt-on setup. That should make everything nice and convenient for us. Again, I want to thank Kevin at Hellwig Products for taking care of us with these products, and stay tuned for future updates. All right, guys, here we are again, getting ready to install the remainder of our products that we got through HellwigProducts.com. As you can see, it's a fairly comprehensive kit. It's got all of the sway bar, of course, the mounts, the end links. It's actually got multiple mounts just to make sure that they've got included what you need to fit. All the hardware does come with the kits, so it is truly a one-stop shop. And today, hopefully by the end of this session, we'll have all of this installed on the Yukon and be able to tolerate all of that weight that we're getting ready to throw in there.
Yeah, again, the truck was never designed to tow around the sort of weight that we mostly planned on throwing in there. We even underestimated the suspension requirements ourselves. The initial system from Hellwig was rated at a 1,500-pound addition to the capacity of the truck, which we figured would be enough. However, when it wasn't, we added an additional 1,000-pound leaf spring to bring it up to a 2,500-pound leaf spring addendum. And then, once we realized that we had gone even beyond that much weight, we also added a set of Firestone helper bags, which helped us, again, gain a little bit more suspension travel in the rear of the vehicle. Just a little side-by-side comparison. Obviously, the Hellwig product is going to be on the right. Here we have polyurethane bushings versus these rubber bushings. Rubber bushings allow for quite a bit more deflection, kind of negating the purpose of the sway bar in the first place. It also requires bulkier connection pieces because of the added size of the rubber. These are actually aftermarket, quote-unquote, polyurethane sway bar end connections versus the Hellwig polyurethane bushing. Nice and flat, nice and strong. Another side-by-side comparison of the factory sway bar versus the Hellwig unit. Yeah, luckily Hellwig provided us an extremely comprehensive kit that came with all the bracketry and hardware necessary to add it to the vehicle, which made installation a breeze.
Behold, EA 3.0.
We ended up putting down almost 5 layers with the DD Audio EA3 deadener for the entire cabin, all the way up the firewall as far as we could, and all the way back to where the wall was set to begin.
Kong doesn't have any deadening in the doors or the roof. That's all in the floor. And we ended up using, I want to say it was about 3 cases. We wanted to be able to display the Z2Cs vertically. Mounting the amplifiers up in a vertical position doesn't leave a whole lot of room. You know, how do you get your hand up there, bolt stuff in, and try and wire the amplifier up at the same time? Well, it didn't really work. Mason ended up walking up behind us and said, if that just motorized up and in, that sure would be convenient. And so that's what he did.
It had to be sturdy enough to be able to swing 260-pound amps in and out reliably. And he nailed it. Works like a charm. Stripper pole. It's a stripper
pole. It is the accepted vernacular in this particular scene to call the pole that goes from the bottom of the box to the top where the metal roof comes in. So we told Mason to make a stripper pole. The actual roof brace, the part that runs laterally down the top of the vehicle, that's all constructed out of 3/16 steel. And then down at the base, you've got the turnbuckle down there so we can tension up that spot in the roof.
We may have overdone it a bit, but we're 3 shows in and haven't even cracked a windshield yet, so it's doing exactly what it's supposed to.
Thanks for tuning in for this week's episode, and be sure to use the hashtag DDKONG.